Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Katie Greifeld.
We definitely did have some upward momentum among the large caps. 317 names in the S&P 500 higher on this snowy Monday. Katie, 185 to the downside, one unchanged.
Well, if you take a look at the sectors as measured by the Circle, you certainly had more green than red. In terms of what led from a percentage perspective, communication services was at the top. Big moves when it comes to Alphabet, when it comes to Meta. Tech, you can see they're taking up a big slice as well. Utilities, financials, et cetera. In terms of what didn't perform on this Monday, consumer discretionary down about 0.7%. You also had consumer staples and real estate just finishing just barely in the red, Carol.
All right, so let's go do something that we've been talking about. I'm assuming you guys too. Rare earth companies, they were definitely
magnets, Carol. Magnets.
Magnets. They were definitely on the move today. This on news that USA Rare Earth signed a non-binding agreement with the Commerce Department for $1.6 billion in funding, the latest White House deal to boost production of rare earth elements on domestic soil. So you did see USA Rare Earths definitely moving to the upside, up about just shy of about 8%. I do want to point out, though, we did look at the whole space, and many of the names, whether it was MP Materials or Lithium Americas, they rallied but then dropped lower and actually sold off a bit. We talked with our own Jacob Lawrence here at Bloomberg, who covers this space, and he said, little company, they're in the very early stage, which you see with a lot of mining companies, yet to be known what kind of rare earths they have. It's a non-binding agreement, so it's basically the White House saying, we'll give you money depending on how this pans out. But nonetheless, it was definitely on the move in today's session. Also moving higher, CoreWeave. So we'll flip it on over to that. NVIDIA, as you know, dominant maker when it comes to AI chips, investing an additional $2 billion in the cloud computing firm. It's also a key customer of CoreWeave, which got us all talking once again about circular financing. So that is something that we kind of keep front and center. You can see that stock, though, CoreWeave up about 5.7%. It's up more than around 40% year to date. It is down more than 30%, though, since mid-August. So we know this one has been under some pressure, but still up pretty mightily here in 2026. GameStop. Thank you, Tim, for this
one.
You're
welcome.
He's like, Massar, do you have your gainers? He's like, you got to do this one. GameStop up about 4.5%, rallying on heavy volume. Michael Burry saying he's buying shares. He said this on Substack. He goes, I own GameStop. I've been buying it recently. I expect I am buying at what may soon be a 1x tangible book value, 1x net asset value. And he says, getting a young Ryan Cohen investing and deploying the company's capital and cash flows, perhaps for the next 50 years. I am not counting on a short squeeze to realize long-term value. I believe in Ryan. There's more there. The stock went higher. That's my gainers.
All right, okay. You got the gainers, Carol. I got the decliners. Let's start with shares of Booz Allen Hamilton, down more than 8% today. This after the U.S. Treasury Department said it canceled $21 million of contracts with the company after the consulting firm failed to protect taxpayer data, which it had access to, including President Trump's tax returns. The Treasury has 31 separate contracts with the company. It cited the case of Charles Littlejohn, a former Booz Allen employee who pleaded guilty in 2023 to felony charges for leaking records, including the president's tax returns. Also, the trade desk, among the worst performers in the S&P 500 today, down more than 7%. This after the company said the employment of CFO Alex Cale was terminated over the weekend. Cale's been CFO since August 21st. The company did name Tennille Davis, 55, as interim CFO, while the trade desk conducts a search for a permanent successor. And finally, some M&A news, or maybe a lack of M&A news for this final decliner. Revolution Medicines shares falling today by 17%. It's an oncology company. Shares fell as much as 20%.
That's like a bad EKG line.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just been down all day. This after the Wall Street Journal reported that Merck ended talks to acquire the firm, citing people familiar with the matter. Bloomberg Intelligence's team wrote that the decision to end the deal talks refocuses attention on valuation discipline, with the target already up 48% so far this year. Once again, Revolution Medicines down 17% today.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.